Do you hear the silence? The time. We've started that 24-hour click. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, 9 minutes gone by. Oh, it's a good thing. The whole evening and tomorrow, we have a lot to think about, a lot to anticipate. The whole enchilada of what's coming down. When we go and we do our jobs that He assigns us, are we going to go with the right attitude? It depends on what we do in the next 24 hours. It's opening our minds and hearts to whatever He chooses for us. We're going to accept it. And we're going to do the best job we can. He's going to sit and talk, or we are. Still having a hard time with that 3 thing. We are going to sit and talk to you. And we are going to try to get you on your best foot out of the door. But it's only going to work if you have the attitude to make that step. And so regardless of what you do or have done in the wild, wild west, are you ready to let Him lead you? Because it's going to be important. Like I said, some of you are just going to go to the same job and you're just going to have some new dance partners. And some of you have anticipations of all the dreams of what you want to do, and you're stuck here at this job, doing widgets. Can you accept that? Can you accept that His calling for you may be just labor? That's the part that's going to be kind of hard for some. Because so many of us have lived so long with the genius of what we are, and we want to use it. But God don't need it. What does that mean for you? Are you okay with dragging the stones to make the pyramid? Trust me, it won't be that hard, okay? It won't, all right? But there's going to be a lot more stone dragging jobs than there are going to be genius jobs. And so some of you have a big step down in employment coming ahead of you. And that's what I'm talking about with this 24 hours. How far are you willing to step down and ride with the rest of us in the labor and take the shower after work? Because, I'm going to be here doing a lot of the thinking, for most of the thinking of the organization of the thinking. And that's going to free up a lot of jobs. Because we are going to cut the fat at the top. That's the key to this whole operation. There's a lot of people that need to be retired. There's a lot of mothers that need to be home with their children. And this plan is only going to work if you're willing to step down and be that labor. So, during this next 24 hours, consider how far down the ladder you would step. because it's worth a lot to God. It's worth a ton, actually. He knows that you worked hard to get where you are, to lead and be in a respected position. But what you really need to realize is that all positions are respected. If you're thinking it's a respected position because you were over top of people, then you're missing the point. And it's very important that you understand the point. That it does not matter if you're leading the world in the 3 chairs or you're taking the money for the gas at the station. They're all equal. Problem is we need a whole lot more gas station attendants than we do world leaders. And it's very important that everyone on the planet understands that. And you got to remember, you're not doing it for status anymore. You're doing it as a tribute to God. And not that I want to make it about pay, but the ones down there at the bottom, you're the ones that are making all the money on the top side. The ones at the top, they aren't doing so well. They're minimum wage on the top side. Okay, that's how this balances out. So it's important that you understand how this new world is going to work. It'll help you in your decision as to how far down the ladder you're willing to step. Because, we need a lot more people service and willing to take their showers after work than the ones that are taking them before they go to work. And this 24 hours, this is your time to explain to God how much you do love what He's doing for you and fixing the world. And you tell Him how far you're willing to come down that ladder. Because what it's boiling down to is it's a voluntary thing. He wants to know which one of you are willing to go down and how far. It'll help him in his decisions on Christmas Day. And you respecting him enough by taking the time to tell him now when you don't have him in front of you also gives him the judgment of who he actually is going to do that to. Okay? And how it's going to work. And he'll explain his decisions, or we will. We will explain our decision on Christmas Day to you. And we'll review what you talked to us about in this next 24 hours. Because that's what the night before Christmas is really about. You sit in silence. Not a creature is stirring. And talk to the Father. And tell Him. Tell Him what you feel. How thankful you are of what He's doing for you. And hopefully that you'll do anything for Him. There is no limit as far as down the ladder you'll go. And it'll bear on His decisions. And everyone that takes this will be rewarded too. It's a topside thing. Gift. Better than the gun coupon. Let me put it that way. How about that? It's the only way it's going to work. We have a lot of labor that needs to happen. And it's not all outside. There's some inside, and there's some, factory. There's a lot of delivery. There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. You get the picture. There's a lot of options out there. And in you talking to him, and with what you know already, and where you've been, he'll place you pretty damn good. Okay? And you'd be surprised. I have a feeling most people will be very happy with what they got. Except some of those that were really high on the chain, and he's going to make them show that they're cool with doing what he wants. And those are the ones that are going to have the toughest walk. But they got a lot of ground to cover. They're the ones that, see, when we all get to heaven, what would be the ultimate is that we all pass that gate with the exact same ultimate magic package. And so his assigning employment bears that too. So, everyone's getting a reset. But the only reset that's really happening is we're taking all the red away. Okay? But all the good points you've ever earned are still intact. Some of you don't have any practically in the good point column. All right? So yeah, the red's gone. But your 401k sucks. And you're going to need a little boost. Especially since the clock's already ran on you so far already. So bear that in mind too. Okay? And I'm going to do the coffee, cigarette, music, and let you think about this one. Because Father does want to know what's on your heart. And how much you really want to get into heaven. And how much magic you really want. That's what this really boils down to. The night before Christmas.